I made a video yesterday about Quantum TV and TheActMan and how TheActMan's channel might be at risk of getting banned and how his entire channel got demonetized, and one of his videos got a strike because he made videos exposing Quantum TV for violating YouTube's terms of service, and YouTube decided to say Quantum TV was innocent and punish TheActMan instead. When I made that video, I did not expect almost instantaneous updates from YouTube where YouTube would respond and provide an explanation, so to speak, to what TheActMan had said and why TheActMan was punished. And it's really bad. It shows just simply how easy a simple joke YouTubers make nowadays. Satire that's like blatant satire. Not like more edgy, leafy era satire that could be easily more misinterpreted as anything else. I'm talking like blatant, cut and dry, obvious satire. Apparently, just joking can get you demonetized entirely on YouTube nowadays. So that's terrifying. Maybe I should never make a joke in a video again, because apparently I could just get fucked over it. I could get literally bent over, and you get the idea, okay? But before this video begins, if you are new to the channel, please do consider subscribing. We're aiming for 100,000 subscribers. I'm trying to get back on the grind to make content more often. If you can't tell, I've been enjoying making content more recently. Also, don't forget to click the notification bell. I know I don't really mention that often, but if you don't click the notification bell, YouTube won't always recommend my content to you, and it's so easy to get shafted on this platform. I would appreciate all of the support. Obviously, seeing as I'm literally putting my channel at risk by making this video because YouTube has been rampantly punishing everyone who discusses this topic, I would appreciate any kind of support, okay? And finally, if you'd like to check out my Twitter, it will be linked in the description. I use my Twitter as a separate platform in case I lose this channel, so I can communicate more with you guys, and also so I can respond to situations live as they have them. I think it's pretty helpful if you're interested in the topics I cover on this channel. And also, it's more of me. Who doesn't want more of me, right? I'm amazing, right, guys? Right? But anyway, back on topic. Team YouTube would reply to TheActMan's tweet where he said he was demonetized, saying, "As discussed, your YouTube partnership program suspension followed your now deleted tweet where you threatened to dox the families of YouTube employees and creators. We don't take these decisions lightly and want you to know we're taking your concerns just as seriously. We'll keep working with you directly on this." And then they attach a screenshot of their terms of service where they say we may take action to protect the community based on and off platform behavior that could harm the community or employees. Now, if everything YouTube just said there was completely accurate to the situation, I would totally understand why they said it, I would agree with them, and I would understand why they demonetized TheActMan. The problem is, as TheActMan highlights, firstly, YouTube said they couldn't punish Quantum TV because they couldn't investigate tweets if they were deleted. Secondly, there was no situation in which TheActMan actually threatened to dox the families of YouTube employees and creators. TheActMan quote retweets YouTube saying, "While I appreciate this, the tweet was unmistakable satire at YouTube's inaction to do anything about my family being doxed by another content creator. Common sense would suggest that being a victim of doxing, I would never wish doxing on other people seriously." He then provides screenshots saying, "Context, this is the one and only reason they demonetized my channel," showing a tweet where he said, "I'm excited to announce a new series of videos I'll be making on YouTube titled Doxing Adventures with TheActMan. In it, I'll be doxing and harassing the family members of YouTube employees and other content creators. It's sure to have lots of family fun." Now, this is an obvious joke, mocking the fact YouTube had said Quantum TV hadn't violated their guidelines despite violating their guidelines, and highlighting the fact YouTube hadn't acted on the fact TheActMan's family was actively doxed by Quantum TV, as TheActMan highlighted in a tweet where he said, "YouTube has known for over a month that my family was doxed by Quantum TV, and for over a month, those videos encouraging more people to dox my family have remained up and fully monetized. YouTube is the only entity that thinks Quantum TV is innocent. YouTube sides with hate. They claim they care about safety. Whoever the fuck said that is a joker. Even now, through the Discord server and community YouTube allowed him to build, he and his cronies are still doxing me and sharing my info. But yeah, go ahead and demonetize my channel." Now, given all the context of TheActMan's other tweets mocking this situation, where he said things like, "Feeling spontaneous, might use my YouTube channel to promote hate speech that advocates for violence against protective groups. Luckily, YouTube is the perfect place for someone like me," and "Feeling cute, might copyright strike some other YouTube channels for funsies." Taking the piss of this situation, it was very obvious what TheActMan was saying in this situation was a joke. But apparently, YouTube does not comprehend jokes anymore. Apparently, if you make a joke in a video, YouTube will take it completely seriously, and you can apparently be demonetized for those jokes on Twitter. But Quantum TV is allowed to remain on this platform somehow. It makes no sense. I don't get why YouTube is only acting against TheActMan here and not against Quantum TV. And as TheActMan highlights, YouTube is being completely complicit to Quantum TV's actions, with TheActMan tweeting, "One last thing, I found out my video was taken down while streaming. 10 minutes later, while still streaming, my brother was doxxed. These are the texts he received. Dude saw Quantum TV's video and looked up my family." TheActMan would continue to tweet, "If you are with a news or media organization and are working on a story about the current situation, if you would like me to comment or interview me, please feel free to DM me on Twitter and I'll try to make whatever time I can for you. I would rather YouTube be a better platform without me than a terrible platform with me, and that's why I continue to speak out, even if it means I might never be monetized again. Content creators should not live in constant fear of being next on the chopping." And because TheActMan said he was willing to do some interviews, I thought I'd reach out to him. In our conversation, I discussed the Quantum TV situation obviously, and I asked him some important details about the situation. With my first question asking, in regards to YouTube saying they demonetized your channel for the threat in quotes you made, do you believe they are being malicious and using this as an excuse? I feel they would have reacted way more harshly to a doxing threat if they genuinely believed you were making a threat. If they genuinely believed it. TheActMan replies, "I can only speculate. However, given that my Dark Age of YouTube video was taken down because of a cucumber, I feel like some people at YouTube are finding whatever reasons they can to punish and silence me for exposing their incompetence at moderating the platform and enforcing their rules. That, combined with the age restrictions on videos, YouTube's recent changes in the algorithm that would flag words like ActMan, copyright abuse, and false flag, my educated guess is that there is definitely something nefarious going on." Personally, I don't believe YouTube is doing everything in this situation malicious. I believe YouTube is quite harsh with what they flag down this platform nowadays, and I could genuinely believe they took the video down because of the cucumber thing in seriousness, because YouTube takes down fucking everything nowadays. You can say anything in a video and get flagged down. But I do believe ActMan is right in saying YouTube has been incompetent in the situation. I believe they've completely failed to look into the Quantum TV situation, and I believe YouTube should genuinely take another look so that they don't risk disappointing the community any more than they already have. This situation has been trending for days now because of how disappointed everyone is in YouTube. I just feel like YouTube has handled this situation overall really poorly, and it looks really bad for them as a brand when they respond by explaining that TheActMan got demonetized for a joke, simultaneously say Quantum TV was not found guilty of anything, and start age restricting and demonetizing TheActMan and other people's videos on this situation around the same time all of this went public. I replied to TheActMan saying, "I got away with putting your name in my title, but had fans come to me with information that it was one of the only videos YouTube didn't send them a notification. This is one of very few videos on my channel where I've had a fan reach out to me in private and tell me they got no notification, and that they believe YouTube might have suppressed it from them. Alongside that, I believe the only reason my video got demonetized despite having TheActMan in my title is because I already have a good reputation with YouTube for flagging my content appropriately when it's demonetizable or when it's not demonetizable, and I censor my content pretty well, so I believe YouTube gives me most of the control when it comes to reviewing my content. I know a lot of other creators haven't been given that same kind of luxury." TheActMan replies saying, "It's impossible to consider it all a coincidence." And I said, "It does seem very coordinated. I wonder what reason YouTube would have to punish you here and support Quantum, especially considering they punished you for doxing threats, but cleared him on actual doxing. What do you plan to do with your channel at this rate? Wait a while and then return to your old content outside of the situation? And do you believe YouTube will inevitably fold on this decision?" TheActMan says, "I don't think it likely that someone high up at YouTube genuinely believes the same things Quantum does. Unfortunately, this whole situation has given YouTube the brand and image that it supports and condones all the terrible things he has done. For my channel, I can't really do much. I feel demoralized to make videos, and even if things are returned to normal, I'm not sure if the cloud hanging over me will ever disappear. For now, I suppose I'll stick to streaming on Twitch. I think YouTube will reverse their decision at some point, but that is only the first of many steps to undoing this disaster." And I agree. I don't believe YouTube is doing all of this malicious. I believe YouTube often overreacts in situations. I've seen YouTube punish people for unnecessary reasons. I've seen YouTube respond to controversy in very poor ways in the past. And I do believe YouTube has made efforts to look into this situation, but I also believe they've failed to look into it so far, and it should be looked into properly by YouTube's team and considered at a higher level. I understand that Quantum TV is a smaller channel, and this situation is ultimately overblown. I don't believe drama around a 60k subscriber YouTuber needs to be this big. However, I do think Quantum TV is a bad actor. I do think Quantum TV has broke the guidelines, and I am disappointed YouTube hasn't punished him. Though I do believe inevitably they probably will when YouTube looks into this situation properly, or when they get enough backlash that they take back their previous decisions and they remove their punishment on TheActMan, which I believe is likely considering the amount of backlash YouTube has received for these decisions. Because I will give YouTube credit, they are pretty good at taking back decisions when they get backlash. Like when YouTube removed the verified tick from channels over 100k and they were going to make it more exclusive, then went back on this decision when they got more backlash. They're normally pretty good at it, though obviously there are standout examples like them removing the dislike button that catch people's attention and make them less confident YouTube will make the right decision in these situations. At the end of the day, who really knows? It's a bigger corporation that likely doesn't really care that much about this drama, and we can only hope they'll act in good faith to allow people to genuinely remain confident that this platform will do what's best for its creators. I then asked TheActMan if he believes Quantum TV will actually receive any form of punishment, to which he says he hopes action will be taken soon, but he can't say one way or the other if it will happen, and unfortunately, there's not really much left in this situation to discuss so far. All we really know is YouTube demonetized TheActMan's channel for an obvious joke satirizing the situation, they took down his video for an obvious joke involving a cucumber, and that they failed to punish Quantum TV and said they found him innocent in any investigation they've conducted surrounding the situation so far, which is incredibly disappointing and doesn't give me much faith in YouTube's review team. I hope YouTube will look back over this situation, but at the end of the day, we're all just people screaming into an echo chamber, hoping a big conglomerate company making billions of dollars a year will listen to us. With that being said though, thank you for watching this video. I don't really believe people need to play the situation up as much as it has been. I don't believe we need to take the most nihilistic approach and believe that YouTube is acting super maliciously. I don't genuinely believe YouTube supports anything Quantum TV has done. I just believe they've failed to research the situation so far, and I don't believe YouTube is trying intentionally to silence TheActMan. I believe a lot of that is just bad decisions on YouTube's side that look really bad for their image and make it look like they're doing so. I don't see how it would benefit YouTube to support Quantum TV, considering how big YouTube is as a platform. It probably wouldn't impact them to just ban his channel, but who knows? End of the day, we're all just people on the internet talking about something that interests us. I've been HarleyTBS, aiming for 100k. If you'd like to subscribe to support me in reaching that goal, that would be highly appreciated, and I'll give your mother a massive kiss as a nice thanks. I'll see you next time. Peace.
Says she wanna rock with a nigga like me. I'm a stylish guy. Spend a little guap with a nigga like me. We can catch a fly. Says she wanna rock with a nigga like me.